demons, right? Hikaru Nakamura is one of the players who can pull it off. Needs only a draw to book his spot into the finals, but will it be too less of a time happen?
You have to imagine that if any players can do it, it'll be one of the Team Falcons players who are the fastest with the mouse here, arguably. So here we go. This is the Armageddon game. King's Indian defense being deployed.
King's Indian part 2 after Hikaru won earlier with the black pieces in this opening, and we see the bayonet attack here from Magnus Carlsen, one of the most trendy variations in this opening. Blocked center, white playing on the queen side, black most likely later playing on the king side. Anyone's game, but quick moves from Hikaru. He's only spent a few seconds up to this point.
After this sudden death Armageddon, a key will be crushed. Will it be Team Liquid's or will it be Hikaru's key right now? There is so much that rides on this final Armageddon of the day, and Hikaru does what King's Indian defense requires. He's got the Pawn Storm going on that right flank towards Magnus's king. This is game on. It starts looking scary, this position. F4, G5, 8-6, all of that coming up the board.
Now the Black Pawn Storm, as we call it, the King's Indian trademark. Hikaru looks locked in, looks super focused, and Magnus is the first to go into the tank. He's burned over a minute of his time. He asked for this opening. Very brave from Magnus this time to go into an opening he's already lost in this match. Jumping forward is another typical motif in this opening.
Also typical of Carlsen. You lost in this opening, that's fine. I want another go. I want another bite at the cherry. I want to make things right. He's not afraid of that challenge.
He's not afraid, and it looks like if you go by the evaluation bar, it's a great opening decision by him what he's gone. But usually in the King's Indian defense, the evaluation bar does not tell the full story. It very often gives an advantage to white, but the position is so complex, so dynamic, where black's going for the attack, white aiming for that e6 square. Ideas on the queen side. David, how often have we seen the evaluation bar be completely wrong from a human perspective in this opening?
Exactly, it's deceptive. We'll ignore the eval bar for the next few moves unless it swings massively in either direction. This is the one opening that computers, that AI and others were still struggling to understand up until recently, always giving white an advantage due to the extra space, the d5 pawn as a spearhead. But Magnus forced back with his knight, forced into the retreat. Hikaru now stepping back with his rook. It's the clock times that tell a lot about the story. It is Hikaru's style. He's an attacker by heart, by nature. Magnus doesn't like defending these positions.
And he's coming in with those pawns next, right? Was only setting up F4 and G5. Magnus denies that. He goes for the trade of those pawns. Pawn takes pawn on the board, recaptured by the knight. This does leave a beautiful E4 post for Magnus's knight to jump into.
Remember as well, Hikaru started with 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Magnus Carlsen with 10 minutes. So Hikaru has used less than half the time that Magnus had, but he has to keep this up for the entire game.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. the attack yet again, creating threats, and wow, Hikaru's trapped his own rook. The white queen retreating, that black rook has no escape squares.
He missed it. He completely missed the shot, and Magnus on top of things. He knows it. Queen takes rook, you've got nowhere to hide. If you put that on e2, bishop takes knight, get rid of the defender. You have no time to capture the knight on d1, Hikaru Nakamura. What a miss. Rook b8 coming in as well. It's not only attacking the queen, but about to win Hikaru's queen, and Hikaru panicking there.
It's all gone wrong for Hikaru Nakamura in the space of one move. It was a very attacking position, a very promising position, one he would have enjoyed, but this double attack, very sneaky there from Magnus Carlsen, has just one material. Now the black rook drops off, exchange up, rook for knight.
But he will fight on. With the queen, knight and bishop around the white king, Magnus has to go on the attack, otherwise Hikaru's queen's about to come in on h2, threatening some big checks.
You can see the mentality from Hikaru, that champion's mentality. He slumped in his chair when he...
Very narrow path here to victory. His bishop is attacked, the black queen is super active. He needs to slide back. Great defensive move there, hitting the black bishop, defending with the white bishop, and setting up some checking to slide into h7, forcing Hikaru back with his bishop. We saw Hikaru almost banging the table there. Look at the eval bar. Magnus is winning, white is winning, but can he put the finishing touches on? It's 4.5 minutes under 3 minutes now. Still anything possible.
Exchange up, simplification here, favoring the player who's currently ahead. Hikaru getting more and more frustrated as he sits because he has fewer pieces with which to create the complications that he so desperately wants and needs in this game.
But Magnus Carlsen is the one who is playing for the win here. He goes in with a check, and now look at that beautiful move. Retreats the bishop. Once the king is disconnected from the bishop, he disconnects the queen from that dark squared bishop. Rook takes bishop is the big threat. Hikaru Nakamura, is he giving up?
Hikaru looks devastated. Slide his king across to defend the bishop. The white rook is perfectly placed. The white bishop perfectly placed. All Magnus needs to do is bring in his queen. But Hikaru looks so frustrated, giving up hope. Where is the finishing blow? Magnus looking for it with 4 minutes left. Hits the black queen. He's going to kick her away. And now he's going to give a check with his bishop. The black king has nowhere to go. The white queen poised to swoop in. And that might just spell the end. Hikaru gets ready to resign. Checkmate incoming. It's going to end here and now.
In an incredibly thrilling Armageddon game, pounces on the mistake immediately after. Counter chances for both players, and he edges this thrilling contest to make it into the grand final of the Esports World Cup to face against